All right, welcome again to the page. We're talking about retainers. So if you are coming from a 9-to-5 space into the freelance videography, a retainer is like your best friend. You start to feel very comfortable with money that you know is coming in again, and it's the closest you're going to get to feeling like you have a 9-to-5 again. You're selling your services and packages to people on a contract for month to month, or however you want to do it for the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And you know you're getting that much money every month from that person. So you start to feel a little bit better, start to feel a little bit safer about just doing this freelance thing, because you don't feel like you need to hunt as much for individual clients for every job and every bit of income that you get. So learning the skill of how to close a retainer is very important. I'm gonna just give you insight about how I closed $9,000 worth of retainers in 1 month. That's 3 realtor clients at $3,000 each. Even though closing a reoccurring or retainer client requires some strategy, there is some things that you can do as a freelancer and some places that you could possibly get some work even if you don't have a portfolio, even if you don't have experience. Now, with those 3 clients that I had, I did have one of them that had a problem with paying $3,000 per month because she thought it was a lot of money, and as a realtor she had already been doing things a certain way and she just didn't feel like she needed my services that much every month, which is perfectly understandable. $3,000 a month is a lot of money, especially for this new way realtors have to kind of give their business out to the world. So I completely understood, and we had a long conversation about it. But by the end of the conversation, she understood how my services were an investment for her, not a cost. And that's very important for you guys to learn how to dialogue with your clients or potential clients and show them how you're an investment and not a cost. And if you can't do that, then we have to work on your communication skills. And that's the first tip, is learn how to communicate with the industry that you want to serve. Now, I had to write down her rebuttals for everything I was saying because I wasn't recording the conversation. But a couple things that she mentioned was that she did find my portfolio impressive, but she'd been in business for a long time and she just didn't really feel the need to film video content, that she'd been doing fine with just photos and virtual tours, and she just wasn't convinced that her ROI or return of investment would be worth that much. And I completely understood. But one of the things that I was trying to make sure that I communicate to her was that real estate is a very competitive field, that real estate is growing virtually in a very big way. And if she didn't take me up on the opportunity, she could be left behind and possibly lose a whole lot of revenue and potential clients. And that really landed with her. But then the other opposition was she just wasn't sure that she needed to pay me because there were other videographers out there that could do the same thing. And she just wasn't sure why she would need me and not just go a cheaper route. And I understood, but I also had to sell to her why premium packaging was better than just an average video, meaning that I knew how to sell realtor assets at a premium level versus just filming you and posting it. Like, social media requires strategy, especially at her level of doing things. And she loved that because she is in luxury and she considered herself a luxury agent, and luxury agents have to pay luxury prices. So with that, she was like, let's go for it. And I was able to land that. Now that takes time. So I understand if you don't feel comfortable doing that yet, but throughout your time doing freelance stuff, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your niche and the needs of that niche, so that when you do have these conversations, you're able to empathize with them and then deliver another solution to what they consider a problem. And I do that because I understand I don't want to pay somebody $3,000 if I don't feel like it's worth it. So having somebody explain how it is worth it makes it more amenable. And then I'm just like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we get. And she did that, and she's been a happy client with me ever since. Now, you don't know how to close a individual client, just one shoot versus 10 or 20 at a time. But what you can do is take advantage of certain organizations that need constant content in general. That's how retainers are going to work. They're only going to work is if the person you're selling to even needs a whole lot of content or a whole lot of production. You got things like startups, local businesses, nonprofits, real estate, online course creators, you have influencers, schools. All of these places need constant filming or photography, and they're looking for somebody who can do the job on a consistent basis. Now, I know some of these organizations that look for hourly workers, or some places that just look for contracts or contractors. So you kind of have to figure out which one is best for you. But overall, these are good startups for you to build portfolios and just get the hang of working with somebody in a consistent basis, because those are the type of clients that are giving word of mouth for you when you're doing a great job and you're remembering how they like their stuff shot, their best angles, stuff like that. And when you build familiarity with somebody, you get very comfortable and you bring the walls down a little bit. You start to feel more confident when you're filming, and that's always a good thing. When you're starting from scratch, every individual person, sometimes you get nervous every single time you're working with somebody because it's a new face. That means there's new dialogue, there's new questions, there's new concerns, and that can be problematic for some people if they don't know how to address those things. Working with retainers definitely can give you that confidence that you need. So I hope this helped. I hope it wasn't too long. And overall, when you're in freelancing, this is the easiest way to get bulk money very fast. But you just have to learn how to communicate, learn how to dialogue, how to answer questions, and make sure you're addressing their concerns, and it'll happen in no time, I promise. But that's it, guys. Keep the questions coming. This is very new for me still because I'm out in the field filming every day. So I'm really trying to answer you guys' questions as soon as I can. But I will be delayed sometimes, but just keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. I really appreciate all the love that you guys have been giving me, and I will see you in the next video.